you insist on dawdling, I'm just going to pass you.
Yeah! We can do this!
The Neptunia series is set in an alternate world where major game creators like Nintendo and PlayStation are represented by nations and their guardian goddesses. There are 4 goddesses, one for each nation, and with the exception of Vert, they all have younger sisters who represent handheld consoles, and are candidate goddesses who will take over when their big sisters retire someday, theoretically. In-world, the various nations compete for shares of the public interest, and it's these shares that give them their power as goddesses. The big bad in this installation of the series is out to steal all the shares for herself, though she might have a good reason for doing it. Don't worry, I won't spoil anything you don't find out in around the first hour or two. The game opens with Nepgear, Uni, Rom, and Ram investigating a mysterious lab where they unleash the possibly big bad Ashen Sister, and get themselves put into stasis for 2 years so the world can hit rock bottom without them. When they wake up, another big bad, Arfwar, I hope I'm saying that right, is unleashing monsters in trendy outbreaks, where the main monster is known as a trendfluencer. Did I mention this game has tongue-in-cheek social commentaries? Neptunia Sisters vs. Sisters is a pretty basic hack and slash on the surface. Scratch that surface, and there's an impressive array of customization that seems to make virtually no difference to actual gameplay. Sad, I know. There's the standard equipment in weapons, and I use the word armor in its loosest sense, but there's also the disc developer mechanic. This lets you use characters you meet through Chirper, a social app you unlock in Leanbox, Vert's Nation, a genre of game, and a random item you find in the world. Add a little money in the form of disc coins. I only ran out of these once, so they're very generous. Plus some time to develop the disc, and you create an equipable game disc that will give you bonus experience, increased item drops, reduce cooldown on combos, and a whole lot more. You can also customize your combos and eventually unlock a second set. The 3 basic types of attacks are Power, which focuses on damage, Rush, which focuses on building your technical skill gauge, and Block Breaker. That one should be self-explanatory. You'll start off with one technical skill, but unlock others as you level up. There are also rarely available finisher attacks and goddess transformations that really bring the damage to a new level. One thing I did quite like a lot about the party formation mechanics was the Lily formation. This lets you use non-active party members in combination with active members to give them a little boost in damage or defense or something else. The switch mechanic is the core of successful battling. Hit a combo or a technical skill, switch out, hit another, rinse, and repeat. This made the fights way too easy and felt very spammy to play with. But if you don't use it, the fights are a lot harder, almost impossible in some cases. Why? Well, the combination of hitting a combo and then switching will stun lock your target for a second or 2. Repeat the pattern fast enough and you'll keep the enemy locked down the whole time. Even with bosses, this was highly effective. Downside is there's never any tension in the fight, which ultimately makes them boring and very grindy. Controls, though, were easily my least favorite part of this game. If you're new to the title, prepare yourself to relearn some muscle memory. You have to hit Q instead of escape to back out of menus. To open up your main UI, you have to use Alt-Right. Customization of controls is limited, and changing up some of the keys did help a lot with battling. However, the Q and Alt-Right thing had no customization option. You're stuck with them. I don't know if this layout is a standard in Japan or just a quirk of the series, but it was really frustrating for me and has since become a nuisance in other games where that is not the control scheme. Graphically, the game kept reminding me of Toriyama's style with Dragon Quest VIII, except the girls themselves lean heavily toward the moe style. The outfits are detailed, and there are cute, weird, and silly little accessories you can pick up for them by breaking crates, which are scattered generously throughout the maps. Overall though, I find this style really boring. I don't care for it, and if it's your thing, more power to you. Music and VAs are, like the graphics, par for the course with a game of this type. The music is there, but it never got me dancing in my seat or even nodding along to the beat. It was just there. Not bad, but not impressive. I played the game with both the Japanese and the English VAs for several hours each, and, well, they both gave me a headache. English VAs took a bit longer, but final thoughts on the game. It was pretty much what I expected it to be, but with the social commentaries on cell phone addiction and game development, and the overall tongue-in-cheek humor of all the references, particularly the self-referencing, this game did catch me off guard and make me laugh once in a while. Mostly though, it was a tedious run for me.
自分じゃないみたいに体が動くよ。To the climax! Still wanna go on?